Hey YouTube family, Mr. Black Mamba 305 here with you, and welcome back to the tabletop, guys. We're about to do another review, and I know obviously by the top, by the heading, you guys can tell that this is the Beretta PX4 Storm in 40 caliber. But most of whatever this review is going to do is pretty much pertaining to the 9mm and 45. With the difference being the amount of ammo the magazine carry. This one is obviously going to be 14 plus 1. 9mm is going to be a little bit more. 45 is going to be a little bit less, just based on the size of the bullets. So before we get on with the review, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, and if you watch all the content, you like what you see, go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and if you really want to show me some love, hit the thanks button and, show me some love there. To make these videos take time, money, and effort, and we have to have all three to come out here and put on somewhat of a show for you guys. Not necessarily a show, but a show out. With all that said, let's move on to the review. Try not to keep it too long, give you as much information as possible. So if you are in the market for buying a Beretta PX4 Storm, before I go on, I'm going to go ahead and say purchase one. They're amazing firearms. If that's all the part of the review you're going to watch, then that's it. Purchase one. 9mm, 40 if you want, 45 if you want. They're amazing. All right. So first and foremost, I always carry my Beretta PX4 Storm. If you guys can see this one, it's in a leather holster. This holster was made in Turkey. It's double stitch leather, and this is very well made. It's not really about the leather, but I just had to show it off. This is what I've been carrying at since I've owned this. Just put that aside, give you guys some visual thing there. Look at that as much as you guys want to. Well, guys, I must say this is my first firearm. When I owned my business and I was looking for my first firearm, I researched. I was never really a Glock guy, so I pretty much went out and looked for everything that wasn't a Glock. When I did fire the Glock, I wasn't that impressed, to be honest with you. And then I tried the Beretta, just going to a shooting range. I tried the Beretta, and I just loved it. And I said, you know what, if I ever decide to buy a firearm, it's gonna be the Beretta PX4 Storm. When I did purchase it, the person I purchased it from, they kind of I didn't really know much about firearms at that time, and then they went ahead and overcharged me. At that time, I think I paid like $600 and something for it. I think I bought it in 2009, I think. I thought they overpriced because when I went online, I saw it for much cheaper. But it's what it was. I fired about maybe 3,000 to 4,000 rounds through this already, because at the time when I bought it, 40 caliber wasn't as expensive as it is today. So I shot a lot through it. Now, the little bit of 40 caliber that I have some hollow points among some other stuff. I don't really fire it as much, but it's still a wonderful gun to have. If you're going to use this gun as self-defense, carry, if you want to carry such a full-size handgun, you can go ahead and do so. Me personally, I have no, it's the era of subcompacts now. So I really don't carry this as much, but I still take it out to the range every now and then. First and foremost, guys, Beretta's history with the United States and firearm. Beretta had the Beretta M9 or 92 FS that been serving our military from 1984, 85. I would say till present, because a lot of military people, some of them still carry the M9 92 FS, even though SIG won the U.S. contract, and the SIG the SIG firearm is now king of the hill. But I'm pretty sure there's some diehard people in the military that still probably carry their M9. So that's the relationship Beretta has with the United States. And you guys can tell that Beretta, in if you watch Die Hard and a lot of those 80s and those 90s movies, the M9 92 FS was pretty much the king of the hill in movies. I loved Beretta since then. I've always wanted a 92 FS, so that's why I kind of looked for a Beretta when I was looking for a firearm. Anyways, I'm not gonna ramble on too much. Again, guys, Beretta is the oldest gun company in the world. Everybody knows that. The kind of quality you're known to get from Beretta is it's legendary. They've been making guns forever. They've had military contracts with the U.S. military, and so they have to keep their standards way above everybody else. So when they make a gun, they're going to make a good gun. The PX4 Storm, which didn't really get too much advertising, is an amazing gun. A lot of people don't really give it. Not the PX4 Storm, I'm so sorry. The APX is an amazing firearm. A lot of people don't give it a lot of props, but it's on the cheaper side, but it's one of the best firearms out there. I just think Beretta didn't do enough advertising to kind of sell it, you know, so, but it's a very amazing firearm. Now, get into some specs of this. We got that this was made in Beretta. Beretta USA. This is made in Italy. All right, Beretta USA. And you know, obviously this is a PX4 Storm. This particular one is in 40 caliber. When I decided to get a firearm at the time, I really didn't want a 9mm. I just don't know why. I just love the 40, so I ended up getting it in 40 caliber. If I know what I know now, then I would have probably gotten it 9mm, because 9mm is way cheaper to shoot now as opposed to 40. But to be honest with you, if you're gonna keep a gun inside your house or by your bed, 40 caliber is still formidable. You know, you shoot a guy 2 times coming at you, unless he's on some kind of crazy drugs, you know, he's not going to keep coming, really. You know what I mean? Especially the olive points. So again, Beretta, this is the PX4 Storm, made in Italy by Beretta. They made this in 3 different caliber. It's 40 Smith & Wesson, which is the one I have here, 9mm, and 45 ACP. You know, again, I told you guys why I got the 40 caliber, and it's just what it is. The gun, the receiver is pretty much made of a polymer, not metal, but it's a really hard quality polymer, you guys can tell. And then down there you see that the Beretta logo. I don't know if you guys can make that out. The Beretta logo on the bottom on the right, Beretta logo on the left, and then you have the name right there. You know, they did it very tastefully. It's not really plastered on it, but it's very tastefully done. If you guys can see that. So this is a hard polymer, and then, you know, they have some instructions there on the side. Read the manual, so forth, so forth, so forth. This is a double single action, simply meaning that, by the way, guys, the gun has been safety checked. I already checked it already, so you guys don't have to worry about that. So yes, this is a double single action firearm as in mode PX4 Storm, meaning that the first trigger pull, if this gun was loaded, the first trigger pull, okay, let me take it off safety. Now the first trigger pull would be that long, hard trigger. And then once you fire it, then every subsequent shot after that is the single, and it's double single action until it runs out. You have to drop the mag, reload it, and then it's all single action thereafter. So that's pretty much it. Obviously, it's a semi-automatic weapon. I do not carry automatic firearms on my channel, so that's exactly what it is. The gun is very durable. They've said they've done tests on these firearms, and they said they've fired 150,000 rounds on the 40 caliber, 9mm, and 45, and with no breakage whatsoever. As you guys can look at this gun, I'm just going to give you like a little side view of it. You can tell it's very sleek, and that's it's a snag proof, what they call a snag proof design, meaning there's not much hold up when you pull it out of your holster, when you put it in your holster, not very many stuff. But the one down thing that I didn't like about this firearm, if you look at it, you see that little wing on the top. Yes, that was, for me, it was a little too flared. You know what I mean? I feel like they could have smoothed this out and still got the same effect. But it's if it's a duty gun, then this is just perfect, you know. But besides that, the snag-free design is definitely it's definitely true. Even the mag release on the side is just sticks out just a little bit right there, but it's not to the point. It's really easy to just reach it and then drop your mag. So the snag-free design, you know, it's pretty much what they say it is. I think it's a very sexy pistol. It's very beautiful. I wish they had continued with that line and kept going and see what it would have evolved into. But, you know, what do you notice from Beretta is that they don't put too much advertising. Once they make a pistol, they put it out there. If it sells, it sells. If it don't, it's kind of whatever with them. That's kind of what I understand from them. So the snag, it's a nice snag-free design. The slide release, again, you can see there's a little bit of thingy right there, but it's not too big. It's perfect. You know what I mean? It has a little, you know, grip, a little texture right there. I don't know if you guys can see that along that little pedal. It makes it super easy to just drop that slide, which is very nice. You know, very nice. All right, guys, let's put on to some specs. And guys, if you guys, you don't have to watch a full video. You guys can just slide that little thingy down to the right, to the left to watch the parts that you want to see. But, you know, it's going to be a full review, guys. All right, we're going to go to some specs now. Again, like I said, it's a polymer construction. The lower part of it, obviously, it's the serialized portion of it. It's a hard polymer, and you can tell that this is quality. You know, you can see it's a different tone from the top, and this is. All right, so it's a polymer, the lower. It's very lightweight, to be honest with you. And, you know, obviously it's a full-size gun, and the slide is pretty heavy. So they had to try to cut down on some weight. So they use the, you know, I-10 style, you know, polymer, lightweight, and it actually works out just great. The barrel itself, guys, hold on, sorry. The barrel itself is 4 inches long, nothing special. I'm not gonna take down the barrel, but it's a 4-inch barrel. So this is pretty much a full-size firearm, full-size barrel. And this one is a pretty accurate barrel. I've shot, like I said, about 4,000 rounds through it, and it's pretty accurate, man, if you do your part. Moving down from there, the mag capacity comes with 2 magazines. The magazines are very nice, very quality made. Like I said, this was bought in 2009, and the magazines still look amazing. I haven't really dropped them on the floor or anything like that, but the magazines are pretty nice, and they come 14+1, and they come with 2 magazines. They have that kind of like glossy finish, not like a matte black finish like a lot of the firearms that are coming out now, and I kind of just love the sleek look that it has. You know what I mean? The overall height of the pistol, meaning from here to here, that's about 5.5 inches. The overall length of the pistol from here to here, that's going to be 7.5 inches, 7.55 inches. The width of the pistol, meaning from the widest part to the widest part, that is going to be about 1.42 inches. The sight radius, guys, that is from the rear sight to the front sight, that is going to be 6.02 inches. The weight of the gun, unloaded, like as it is right now, is about 27 ounces. So it's not super heavy, but it is pretty heavy. You know, obviously once you load it up, if you have 9, 40, 45, it's going to weigh a little bit more. So, you know, think about that when you decide, if you decide to carry this thing. And if you're going to carry it, leave it at your home. Obviously, you're not going to be, if you're using it for self-defense or just a range toy, then you don't really have to worry about the weight of it, because it's going to be in your range bag. It's going to be by your nightstand. You're not going to be lugging around with it. But if it's something that you plan on carrying with you all day, then, you know, you got to think about it. It's a full-size firearm. And, you know, if you're not a bigger guy, if you're a smaller frame person, you know, parts of this gun might stick out just a little bit. The barrel, like I said, it's a full size. It's gonna show down there if you wear smaller shirts. And the magazine, this area is pretty much, the grip is pretty much gonna stick out of your shirt if you're a smaller dude. If you carry this inside the waistband, then, you know, that's a whole different story. If you carry it outside, then that's also a different story. But yeah, this is not really, I carried this on my person for 2 years actually, and a lot of people didn't notice. I just wear a little roomier shirt. People didn't notice, and then most of the time I would carry it in my in my bag or whatever, you know. And then at night times it would be by my nightstand. So obviously when I go to the range, put those 4,000 rounds, it would be my range bag, because the range I go to, I can't really walk onto the range with a firearm in my waist. But let's just move on, talk a little bit more about it, and then wrap it up and give you my final thoughts. Again, this one comes with 3-dot sights, typical kind of stuff. You guys see it there, 3-dot sights, nothing, no glow in the dark, none of that. Obviously, you guys, like I told you, the sight radius is 6.02, so that's gonna make for a more accurate firearm. So full-size firearms are gonna obviously be more accurate in terms of finding the target, because you have a longer sight radius. Obviously, if it's like a 4-inch barrel and it's too short, it's not going to be as accurate. You know, I mean, some guns can be, but you know, it's proven already that a longer sight radius is going to make you more accurate. So it's a 3-dot sights, nothing to write home about. The front sight post, guys, cannot be I mean, you can slide it out. You can see if you look at it right there. Let me bring it up to the camera. you can slide this out, and I'm pretty sure you could replace that. If you go to Beretta'S website, I'm pretty sure they have replaceable sights. I don't know if you guys want to do like a high vis sight or something like that, but you can drive that out. You can tell you can drive it out. It's not stuck in there permanently. And the rear sight, guys, same thing. Like I said, there's a 3-dot sights. You know, everybody's going the way of the sights now. So, you know, everybody wants their gun to have pretty much, you know, that, you know, RDO ready, you know, red dot ready, you know. So, you know, but the sights are pretty decent. They don't pick up any light and glow in the night or anything like that. So if I'm rocking this sight, I'm definitely gonna have to put a light on it. Like if I would purchase this, if I was to purchase this firearm right now, definitely have to get a light or a laser and rock that with it, because these are not glow in the dark sights. But the sights, they work just fine. Again, and then we have the ambidextrous safety right here. Obviously, if I put a loaded magazine, okay, in the gun, and then I charge it, all right, now the firearm the firearm won't fire because it's on safety right now, but we have ambidextrous safety meaning right here. So now, I'm sorry, let me drop that hammer again. Obviously, yeah, it's on safe right now. I'm sorry. So it's on safe right now, so the gun is not going to fire. And then if I, you know, flip the safety switch off, obviously now it will fire. I can go, again, like I say, cocked and locked, and then drop the hammer on it, and then put it back up again and fire. So this is the ambidextrous safety that they're talking about. And ambidextrous is on both sides. All right. I'm not quite sure if you can take that off, but I told you guys I had a little bit of problem with it. It stuck out a little bit too much, like a little wing. But besides that, you know, the ambidextrous safety is nice. I wish they just shaved it off just a little bit. That would have been really, make it really nice. But you know, it has a little flick, a little wing there. It doesn't really bother me. I've had it for years now, so it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really bother me that much. Now what else we're gonna talk about? The hammer. The hammer, they consider this like a commander style hammer. And what that means is, obviously the hammer is a little bit skeletonized. You can see they had to shave down some of that to kind of help with the weight of the firearm. It's a commander style hammer, simply meaning that every time you fire the weapon, the hammer actually hits while the slide is moving. So what that does is reduce the recoil. And with the rotating barrel system that it comes with, then that makes it even more soft shooting. If you've ever picked up the Smith & Wesson, the Beretta PX4 Storm, and you shoot it, you will see how soft it is. It really does help to mitigate that recoil. And then the like I said, the commander style hammer does help with that that relief of the recoil. And it's very pleasant to shoot. Definitely more pleasant to shoot. As we go, let's talk about it has a drop-free magazine. I don't know if because of the texture, you see how quick that just flies out of there. You don't need the drop-free magazine. You don't really need to strip the magazine. Once you put it in there and you hit that button, it flies right out. And I don't know if they designed the magazine, because it's very slick, guys. I don't know if that's how they designed the magazine. And inside the magwell, yeah, it's very sleek too in here. So you can insert it very easily, and let the magazine drop very easily also. So that drop-free magazine is a pretty neat feature, because if you're in a firefight and boom, 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 shooting, da-da-da-da-da, that's how easy that was. No snagging. It just goes up in there right quick, and as soon as you hit that, it falls right out. Another feature that this one came with, interchangeable back strap. Along with this back strap, guys, it came with 2 others, and I think this is a small, and then it comes with a medium and large. I never happened to change it out because it already feels full size already. Never had to, so I kind of just like didn't change that out. But you can go bigger if you'd like. That's a nice touch. And then, you know, on the front part of the here on the back strap, you also, you know, it's nice texture. It has like a little fish scale kind of, not really fish scale, but I don't know really how to design it. Just put it up to the camera so you guys can see it there. It's a decent, it's pretty decent. Then on the front strap, same kind of design right there. Gives it a nice little grip. But what I wish they had done is put some more checkering right here. So honestly, guys, when I shot it and my hands are super sweaty, I found sometime that would be a little slick right around this area. Never fell out of my hand because I did have the grip here and on the front strap, but I felt like if I was to make some improvement on this would be to, you know, stipple here or make it a little bit more aggressive. Not like a CZP-10C or Smith & Wesson or anything like that, but just make it a little bit more, you know, a little bit more grippy. You know, so that's kind of one of the downfall I see with this, one of the negative I'd see with this. But, you know, the stippling on the back strap and the front strap, they're pretty nice. If you're wearing gloves, that's not really going to affect you that much. But if your hands are sweaty, it's bloody, it might be a little slippery. In terms of, so beside the back strap, it comes with a Picatinny rail. Got one little slot right there if you guys want to, you know, and that's for, you know, for all your tactical accessories, lights, lasers, or what have you. Whatever you guys want to put right there. It's got a Picatinny slot right there. I wish they had made it more, but one serves just fine. Like I said, nothing else to really write home about. Breakdown of the weapon is super easy. You know, drop your mag, bring it back, rotate this, pull this little lever, this lever here. It's on the right side and the left side, and pull it down, and the slides right off. Put it back up, slide it back in, pull it back, and it's good to go. Mag release. The mag release, like I said, guys, this comes back to that, you know, that snag-free design. You guys, I don't know if you guys, let me see if you guys can see that, but that's a mag release right there. And it's pretty sleek, guys. It's pretty sleek. It looks like it stick out a lot, but it doesn't really, you know. But it's very sleek. It like just you naturally want to just boom, and it just falls right out, you know. So it's pretty nice. It can be switched from left to the right side. You can take it out and put it on the side. So if you're left-handed, you can switch your mag release to the right side. And obviously this gun is built for right-handed people, so it's on the right side of the firearm. In terms of undercut right here, it's pretty nice. They like I said, Beretta really they really take time to design their firearms. If you look at that, it's got a nice little undercut right there. Get your hand right up on there. It doesn't come straight here where it pulls your hand down here, but gives you a nice little purchase right in there. Feels very good. It gives you a generous right where the trigger guard is. Nice generous amount of area for the trigger guard. If you're wearing gloves, if you have big fingers, you have more than enough space to get right up in there. I like how rounded it is. You can see that they tried to make this firearm as not so blocky like a Glock, but more curves to it. And I like that look. You know what I mean? I really do like the look. If you go back here on the beaver tail, I love how they have this beaver tail out with just curves over like that. And you can really get a nice purchase up on that. It follows the curve of your hand. You can see it just fits in there just perfect, man. That's what I'm telling you, Beretta, they take time to design their firearms, and we got to give them, like, you know, props for that. You know, the trigger itself, it's a pretty nice trigger. It really is. All right, so let me just show you what a trigger is like. It got that little take up right there. It's not that much, to be honest with you. It's not really that much. Brakes. Reset is a little long, a little bit more spongy. Brakes again. I'm telling you, once you're firing it though, you don't notice any of that. All right. This is probably like a 5 to 7 pound trigger, you know, but it shoots very well, guys. I really love shooting this gun. We already talked about the mag release, Picatinny rail. We already talked about the safety, and pretty much, guys. When you purchase this firearm, guys, you're gonna love it. It's very sleek. It's very Beretta. That's kind of the only way I can describe it. You know, you don't see these advertisers much, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers that'll say, like famous YouTubers like Honest Outlaw, ICOC 45. A lot of them say, because those guys are Glock guys. Honest Outlaw, he loves his Glock 17 and his CZP09 or P07. And Hickok, he has every Glock ever made. And when they pick up this firearm, they're so surprised at how light the recoil is because of that rotating barrel. And speaking of the rotating barrel, just want to show you guys, do it really slow. You see that little barrel start to rotate right there. And what that does, that rotating barrel, it helps to soften the recoil as it comes back into your hand and make the recoil less and give you more accuracy, so the gun stays on target a lot better. So this was one of the selling points when it came to the PX4 Storm. And and I think it was a very good system. I don't know why Beretta don't use it in more of their firearms. This gun is very accurate, very reliable, and I don't know why they didn't continue with the design into their coming into like modern times. I honestly think that they should reboot this firearm, give it some upgrades, change the stipling, make it a little bit more sleek, some newer designs, make it red dot ready. Same system, a little bit more sleeker. I don't know what they could do, but they have some great designers there, and bring this gun back, because I really think they have a home run with this firearm. Just one more thing I'm going to talk about, guys, is the slide. I don't know if you guys can see, the slide has kind of like a little bit of a, like a little ledge right there. They did that to kind of cut down on weight. One thing I didn't like about the slide, I felt like they could be a little bit more aggressive with these areas to kind of grip it, because to be honest with you, it's not a lot of grip, man. I guess they wanted to make it very sleek, but this little area right here, yes, you can press check it, man, but to be honest with you, I felt like they could be a little bit more aggressive. It's just it's not as deep as I'd like it to be. It's just it's just like a small little cuts in there. I mean, it works, but to be honest with you, I really wish it would be more aggressive, and then even just bring it out here, maybe change directions with it. That would have been even better. That would have at first, and that would have cut down on weight for them even more. So if Beretta is listening and watching this video, man, I say bring this gun back. Make it in a series of different types. RDO, compact. They already have a Beretta PX4 Storm compact, but I'm talking about bringing it in the new age, optic ready, changing up the design, giving a different kind of grip, make it a little bit more aggressive of a grip, and keep the rotating barrel system, and, just bring it into the 21st century. It's a great gun. Guys, all right, I've rambled on for quite a bit talking about this gun. I don't know, I talk a lot about it because I actually love this firearm. I just don't shoot it as much because I don't, 40 caliber is so, not really hard to find, but it's expensive. It's like shooting 45 anyways. But guys, if you ever go out and you see one of these, pick one up, guys. They're great guns, amazing shooters. The Beretta PX4 in 9mm, PX4 Storm in 9, 40, 45. And guys, if you like what you see, go ahead, like, subscribe, share the video. And if you want to show me some love, hit that super thanks. Really appreciate it. I'm going to come out with a Patreon page soon. So if you guys really want to show me some love, you guys can go ahead and check me out. My goal next year is to get to about 10,000 subscribers so I can come out and make some good content for you guys. Do some more shooting when I have more ammo. Mr. Black Mamba 305. Signing out, people.